Hello and welcome back to my channel, my universe, where pretty much anything goes. My name is Lena and today we're going to do 32 random facts about me. You may know these things, you may not know these things, but stay tuned to find out to see how many you actually know and how many you didn't. I started watching Power Rangers when I was 3 or 4 years old, pretty much at the very beginning of time. I am still a fan of it, obviously, so pretty much my whole life, I would probably say. And what made me I became a fan because the fact that Kimberly freaking kicked butt. It was all about that girl power for me. I love Kim. I love obviously how adorable she was. And then of course I stay a fan because Adam came along. And y'all know, if you know, then you know. I love freaking Adam. Love me some Adam Park, okay? Don't we? Yes, we do. And I remain a fan of the Power Rangers because throughout the years, there's a lot of cute boys, okay? I'm just saying. The real reason why I watch Power Rangers. We talked about this in one episode. Go look for favorite show. That is a loaded question for me. I would have to say Titans, Stranger Things, Corner, Wentworth, The Haunting of Bly Manor, Kim's Convenience, Haunting of Hill House, The Uncanny Counter, Sex Education, Good Girls, Working Moms, Who Killed Sarah, obviously The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, You, like the TV series, You, not You, but yeah. I have like a lot, so it's a really loaded question. So do I like to travel? Yes, I absolutely love to travel. One of my dreams is one day to get an RV and put all my 6 pets in it, and I just want to travel all over North America with me and my 6 pets. Like, that is going to be an adventure. What is my favorite dessert? That is another loaded question. I'm just going to keep it sweet and simple. Basically, it's whatever I'm in the mood for, but I'm always in the mood for ice cream and cheesecake. The Cheesecake Factory, love. I was actually about 9 years old when my family got our first pet. Our first pet was a cat, but then my first pet that I got on my own was 23, and I got Snowball, who is currently right next to me. So for those who knows me, ever since I got my dogs, I've been obsessed with my dogs. And obviously all I talk about is my dogs. But the reality is, I've always actually liked cats, but been highly allergic to them. And I've always wanted a black cat. I had always wanted a black cat and named it Olive. I was obsessed. I even went on just one adoption site and they actually happened to have a black cat and her name was already Olive. And I was ready to adopt her. But then my mom basically said no because I was still living at home. So of course, I didn't get her, and I never really talked about it again because I was kind of like, well, I'm highly allergic to cats. So I don't know why I'm trying to kill myself by owning a cat. So then one day, what really started the whole thing was one of my sister-in-law was like, oh, I'm allergic to all cats except for black cats. Something about their fur. And I'm like, well, you know what? That sounds really silly, but I'll go with it. And then it just so happened my brother brought home a black cat for himself, and he still lives with my mom. And that black cat was adorable. So of course I had kitten fever. And then the next day he was like, well, there's a black cat. Do you want it? And I was like, yes. And that is how Luna came home to me, my first little girl. Okay, fine. And let me tell you, I was quite allergic to her. I had the puffy eyes. I had I had the runny nose. I had the rashy skin. It was horrible. But I was like, no. I must keep her. And then a year later, I was like, I'm ready for kitten number 2. Let's do this. And of course, I was very allergic to him too when he came home. And I spent a lot of time. Actually, I was more allergic to him than I was to Luna. And now, a few months ago, Solar came home. And for some strange reason, in a good way, I'm not allergic to her at all. which is amazing. So I didn't have to deal with all the craziness that I thought I was going to have to deal with. In conclusion to this question, cats are just way more fun in their own little ways. Where dogs are great, I love my dogs, do not get me wrong. But cats, whole new ball game. And I just absolutely love it. I embrace it. Favorite part about my body, I would probably have to say like my lower half of the body, because I am so in awe by how strong it is, how powerful it is, and just like the endurance it goes to just to like get. And for those of you who don't know, I actually used to be a former wrestler. So what that means is not WWE stuff, but high school wrestling, like not Roman Greco, but the freestyle, like the people that go to the Olympics for these days. I used to do that competitively. And for those of you who don't know, I actually used to be a former wrestler. So what that means is not WWE stuff, but high school wrestling, like not Roman Greco, but the freestyle, like the people that go to the Olympics for these days. I used to do that competitively. The endurance that and the training I had to go through, I was so shook by how strong my legs were, my, like just everything about my lower body. Like I don't think I would have been able to get through wrestling without my lower body. That is another loaded question, because if you know me, I'm like one of those celebrity, like, I don't even know what you call them, like gurus or anyways, basically anybody that is on Power Rangers, pretty much all the Power Rangers actors and actresses, I love them. I love their work. I respect them. I just am in awe by everything they've done up to date. And Power Rangers RPM cast, Power Rangers Ninja Storm cast, Power Rangers SPD cast, Power Rangers Down Thunder cast. I really love their work. Someone that's not Power Rangers related, Louis Tan. Love Louis Tan. Must go check out Louis Tan stuff. Like Mortal Kombat, I don't care y'all don't like Ko Young, Louis Tan was in female it. To that, Laura Condor. Love to all the boys that love Before series. Mind you though, I did do the book, so I really love the books. And then when I saw her in the series, I was like, this is great. First kiss was actually stolen from me. So how that happened was, y'all gonna ask, let me just take this off and get down to business. The story time to that was, I had this friend. We hung out at school all the time in a group and all that great stuff. And every day after school, we would go over his house and we all play video games or whatever there. And one day he invited me over, but it was just me, and we somehow ended up in his room on his bed, and then we're underneath the cover, and next thing you know, he just kissed me. I didn't even know it was coming. I'm like, what the fudge? What the heck? What? Hidden talent. I really can't say, other than looking like a mess all the time, I can't really say that I think I have a hidden talent. Maybe if you count, I can fall asleep anywhere, and I can usually, like, once I fall asleep, I'm in a deep, deep sleep, and it doesn't matter the noise around me. I'm usually like, once I'm gone, I'm gone. And the other creepy thing is, if you ever hear me say goodnight to you, like literally I go, good night, I'm gone. Like, people have told me this. Like, my sister have told me this. She's like, you're so creepy. Like, you said goodnight, and in 5 seconds later, I'm like talking to you, and you're like gone. And my friend has actually said the same thing. Yeah. So I guess that is actually a hidden talent now that I'm like, expressing it out further. But yeah, good night means I'm gone. Don't talk to me further. Just saying. Favorite food combo. I'm trying to remember, because I feel like there was a few I came up with, but it was always like something that I thoroughly enjoy, so it's never something I really share with anybody. But obviously ice cream and fries is a really good combo. That sounds like also rest assured that if it is a food combo, it's probably dessert related. I'm all about that dessert life. Like, I love food and I love dessert. So you want to win my heart? Either you cook for me, you get me dessert, or you buy me food. So I'm going to continue with 13 more random things you may or may not know about me. Starting with, if y'all don't know, my birthday is actually December 31st / New Year's Eve. So that You may or may not know this already either, but my favorite color is pink, mostly because of Kimberly Ann Hart, aka the original Pink Ranger. I love pink because of her. I've always loved pink. Till this day, I'm a pink kind of gal. I used to have 8 pets. I used to have Snowball, Panda, Titan, Mia. Then I had Luna, Shadow, Solar, and Lyra. I love coffee, but I'm also a tea person. So I would always have a cup of coffee in the morning, no matter what. And in the afternoon, I actually enjoy a cup of tea. So I'm a bit of both. I'm 50-50. But lately, I've been doing a lot of decaf coffee in the afternoon too. I think also because it's by my house. Sorry, did I say my house? My workplace makes terrible steep teas. So I've been switching over to decaf coffee. Just give me that little bit extra kick to finish the rest of my day. I have a diploma in financial services. I used to work for a bank named Scotia Bank for a couple of years and then decided that it was not for me. I stayed a 5th year in high school. Mostly I didn't really have to, but I didn't know what to do with my life. So I was like, you know what? 5th year used to be a thing. Why not make it a thing still? My all-time favorite book series growing up was Animorphs by K.A. Applegate. And I loved the TV series when it came out. Unfortunately, it got canceled. But you'll still catch me watching. Now, if you were not a Twilight fan during your era ever or my era, whatever, but I just want you all to know, I was Team Jacob and I'm still Team Jacob. Regardless, we can debate this. New favorite song at the moment is Leave Me Loving You by Jackson Wang. Pretty much anything Jackson Wang, to be honest with you right now. And Panda Pack, love Panda Pack, is founded by Jackson Wang. Another really random fact that a lot of people don't know about me is that I really love horror movies. I don't like the whole serial killer vibe, but I do like my Scream series. But I really love watching horror movies, especially when I'm stressed out. Horror movies are my. And another thing that's really opposite to horror movies is that I'm very shabby chic, vintage core, cottage core kind of gal. Another thing that may or may not be a good thing, but I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to where I leave things and where I arrange things and how I arrange things. It has to be that way. My all-time favorite season is spring and summer. I hate winter. I was born in winter. I get it. I hate fall because fall just feels like a brisk of cold air, and it reminds you that winter is around, So yes, I love summer and spring. I am Team Apple. I own pretty much everything Apple. My phone is Apple. My laptop is Apple. My iPad is Apple. Pretty much anything else Apple probably sell. I have AirPods, so I'm an Apple gal all the way through. I'm one of those people where I'm so passionate if I discover something that I become overly obsessed with it. Overly obsessed with it. So for example, I used to be a huge fan of Georgia Floor Line. Go through a phase of it. I'll go through a phase of right now I'm going through a phase of Jackson Wang. Last time I was going through a phase of BTS with Coldplay. Before that, this might be news to you, but I don't actually have my own personal Instagram account or Twitter or anything for that matter except for Facebook. And even then I'm not very active on that. I once took a 3-day road trip with Snowball, and we hit up Boston, we hit up New York, and we hit Philly all in 3 days. We really did it. And I remember thinking we were like the Winchesters from Supernatural. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually not Filipino. I do get it very often. A lot of people do think I'm Filipino, but I'm actually a proud Canadian, Chinese, Vietnamese gal. Because I took so long to finally do this 32 random things you want to know about me video, I'm going to give you all a bonus. The bonus is, this is a random fact. I have 2 sisters and 3 brothers. And I'm an only child at the same time. You're probably wondering, how is that possible? Well, it's possible because although I don't see the differences in my eyes, none of my siblings are actually my full siblings. They're all half. So they're either from my dad's side or from my mom's side. I was born and raised in Toronto of Canada. Proud Canadian. I'm moving this April out of my current apartment, and I cannot wait for my new chapter. So definitely stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, so that way you are always. The final random fact about me is that my favorite numbers are 3, 5, and 7. And the reason why is because in Power Rangers, I know everything relates back to Power Ranger. This goes to show you how big of a fan I am. In Power Ranger Ninja Storms, it's 3. And then there was 5. Obviously, there was 6 for Power Ranger Ninja Storm, but basically over the series or over the years, over the seasons, whatever, we eventually get 7 Rangers, and now we're at like 10 Rangers. But you know what? 3, 5, and 7 are my golden number. Well, that will be it for today, everyone. Thank you so much for submitting your questions on Instagram. I'm definitely going to do more of these Q&As and write up facts you want to know about me. I'm always going to leave the little box in my Instagram, so definitely go ahead and follow me there in order to participate. And no, it's not my personal Instagram. It will be under Sturgeon Moons, which is basically my cat's account, and I just will add you to my close friends list if you want to be there. Just gotta DM me and let me know. Once again, thank you so much for watching, for following me on this random journey that I decided to take on this year. And please subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend, and hit the like button. Until next time.